Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your December 2018 general readings. Thanks for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. Thanks for all your comments, your feedback, your support, like, share, subscribes. Thanks to all of my clients out there, regular and new, for keeping me so busy with personal readings. I always say it's an honor and a pleasure to read for all of you, and it is, so thank you for that. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you've not read with me before, you've forgotten the information, you can get more info on my contact details by either going to my YouTube channel's homepage and clicking on that little About button, or you can click on the description bar of any of the videos that I post. Please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. Turnaround time for readings is usually pretty good, although during the holiday season, the sooner booked the better. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do, so I'm pretty diligent with trying to work with people's schedules. And I can usually get back to you within the first day, the same day or the first 24 hours of your initial contact. I do a wide variety of readings of all different types and lengths and costs in all areas of life. So if you're interested, send me an email and we'll go from there. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instant Go under Irish Gypsy. That link is also provided. Instant Go is really good for fast answers to fast, quick questions. I do offer other options on there as well. But the one that people seem to take advantage of the most often is the single question readings. For the more intensive or complicated, complex situations, traditional readings are probably best. And so it's just another option for you to choose from. All right, well, let's move right into this. This reading is for the Earth sign of Taurus for the month of December 2018. Remember that general readings always resonate a little differently for everybody. So if you know your rising and moon sign, watch those as well for additional clarification. All right, Taurus, let's see what's in store for you for December 2018. We have the Eight of Pentacles, followed by the Two of Pentacles. We have the Lovers, followed by the Queen of Wands. We have the Five of Wands, followed by the Ace of Wands. And we have the Page of Cups, followed by the Page of Wands. These two pages are looking at each other. It's kind of cute. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance is the Ace of Swords. So Taurus, it looks like you're having your overall energy for December 2018 is the Ace of Swords. I am recording these in the last few days of November. Aces represent the number one, so they always represent a new beginning, a new path, the start of something new, or an opportunity. Swords is air energy. It's energy of how we think and perceive and believe, and how that affects the way that we communicate with the world. Truth, education, higher education, learning, words, communication. It's all about how we think, what we believe, how we look at things, and how that affects the way that we, relate, communicate our words and our ideas. It's psychological, mental energy. So this is like the epiphany, a new awareness, seeing something in a different way or from a fresh new perspective. It can represent new information and new ideas. It's generally considered a card of success. Success and victory from a new idea, from, it's kind of the light bulb going off over your head. So it looks like you have a new awareness, something has come to light that you needed, new information perhaps. Because it looks like there's a decision or a choice that you need to make, and it looks like it's about a particular person or may affect a particular person. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. So your energy, Pentacles is earth energy, which usually manifests in the earthly part of our life, money, finances, job, resources, assets, etc. Or the efforts, the work that we put into building stuff in other areas of our life as well. It's tangible, concrete earth energy. The Eight of Pentacles is the work card. It can represent working hard. Maybe the work is somewhat repetitive. Maybe you're working a lot of overtime, getting up early, staying up late. You're paying attention to detail. You're working on building something, building up a solid, stable foundation for yourself, and doing pretty well because we're at the 8 here. So working on, some of you may be working a lot, working overtime. We are approaching Christmas and New Year's. Maybe some of you are working a lot so that you can have more free time during the holidays, or maybe holidays are just a big work time for you. Now, what clarifies the Eight of Pentacles is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a card about juggling, about twos can represent duality, choices, being at a crossroads, needing to make a choice to choose something. Because this man can't keep these two pentacles in the air. He's going to have to make a decision which one is, which one he wants to really hold on to eventually. But it looks like it's kind of on the table for December. So going back and forth, and also can represent being quite busy as well. So it looks like we end November and go into December, Taurus, maybe working hard and maybe putting in a lot of time and effort into looking at two different options that may be in front of you, two different possibilities, and gaining some new understanding and new ideas or new information about how best to make that decision moving forward. Because next we have the energy of the Lovers and the Queen of Wands. So here is the choice here. And for a lot of you, this may resonate as relationship. And when I say relationship, it can mean romantic, like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, that kind of partnership. It could be a very close friend or even a work situation. But typically the Lovers implies a soulmate or twin flame kind of union, or a relationship that has a lot of emotion, passion, heat, enthusiasm in it. And it represents needing to make a choice, a significant choice. In the early tarot decks, the Lovers was called the choice. And it depicted a man standing in front of two women, or a woman standing in front of two men. And the implication being that they were going to have to make a choice that was going to affect the lives of everyone involved. So sometimes the Lovers, this choice may be about a relationship, or it may be about some other thing in your life that's going to affect significantly, potentially, your primary relationship. Secondarily, this can sometimes represent needing to make a choice between two people, although that's it's not. That's not always true. It's not even true most of the time, but sometimes it is. You might be making a choice between two people, or two situations, or somebody may be trying to choose between you and somebody else. Although this is your reading, so it looks like you needing to make a choice. And for some of you, it might be between one person or another person. But I feel like the majority of you, it's either about a relationship, or it's about maybe another area in your life that's going to affect your relationship. For example, you've got this earth energy preceding it, working hard and making, having a decision, and maybe this decision is about work, and maybe, because I've seen the Lovers come up for that too, maybe you need to make a decision on your current work path. Do I need to work more, or do I need to work less? Is it affecting my love life or my relationship life with my primary partner, my friends, my family, etc.? Am I thinking about making a decision on leaving my job or business, or not putting the effort into this project or whatever? Am I going to make a major decision there, which will significantly affect this partnership as well? For some of you, it's going to be about the relationship itself. So I feel like a lot of you it is. So we have this Lovers that is clarified by the Queen of Wands. So I really feel, Taurus, that this is the other person in this partnership or relationship, regardless of the nature of the relationship. This would be, it's showing up as a female, but it could be a male as well. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or somebody who's manifesting like the Queen of Wands or the King of Wands. Fiery, dynamic, energetic, charismatic, a good leader, probably easy on the eyes, passionate, fiery, a good problem solver, a good delegator. Somebody who does not rest on their laurels. She's very strong, upright, fiery individual, or he. So somebody who's manifesting that way. I feel like for a lot of you, it's the other person in this relationship or partnership, whether the choice is about the relationship itself. Do I continue? Do I not? Do we go to the next level? Do we not? For a smaller number of you, it might be between this person and another person. Or what choice do I make in this work life or this project situation that's going to significantly affect this relationship? So it just depends kind of on what side of the story you're on. So next we have the Five of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So here kind of clarifies a little bit more of this conflict, internal and external conflict, because that's what the Five of Wands represents. It's conflict energy or competitive energy. I mean, you could be in competition at work, working hard, maybe competing, maybe it's a competitive thing, and that's affecting your relationship, and you need to make some decisions about that as well. It could just be the conflict that you have in the relationship with your relationship partner, about the relationship itself. This usually represents somewhat petty energy, gossip, rumor mongering, or circular fighting, fighting about the same thing over and over again, and kind of losing sight on what the important issue is, because this is people who don't want to back down. Nobody's winning. I mean, it's practice weapons. Nobody's really out to kill anybody, but nobody's willing to give, to compromise, to negotiate, to look at what's really important and let go of the little things. It just keeps going around and around. So somebody has to kind of elevate themselves from this conflict energy. And what clarifies it is the Ace of Wands, which is this brand new, exciting, fiery new beginning, because aces, you have two of them here, beautiful, represent new beginnings, new opportunities, the start of a new path. You have the Ace of Swords, new ideas, new information, maybe success coming in from something new. And it holds a lot of energy, desire, passion, enthusiasm. So there's this conflict about this new beginning. So for some of you, if this choice is about the relationship, it's whether or not to have a new beginning and how to have a new beginning moving forward. And you may disagree. You may agree that you want this new beginning, but you may disagree on how it needs to happen or how it needs to move forward. For those few of you that may be choosing between two people, there's naturally conflict in that. Some of you, it might be, again, something to do with your work life. Maybe you're working too hard or juggling too much. That's affecting your relationship and it's causing conflict. And it's like, we have to do something different here. And the conflict is, what do we do? And do we take new opportunities? Do we embark on a new path? So again, I'm getting a few different stories here. But at or towards the end of the month, you have these two pages. And they made me laugh when I first pulled them because, there's the Page of Cups clarified by the Page of Wands. I sometimes don't always like to see too many pages together in a reading because it can imply too much childlike energy or childish energy on one side or the other, or people just being very childish, which isn't always a good thing. But it can represent just childlike energy, which can be a positive thing. So you have the Page of Cups here. Pages represent young people or young energy, fresh energy. They're learning because they're pages, they're messengers, they're students, apprentices. They're just kind of, at the beginning of the path. Sometimes they trip over their own feet in their eagerness to kind of move forward on the path. The Page of Cups here, Cups is water. And in the tarot, that's emotional energy, feelings, emotions, and relationships as well. So here's this offer of love, or this admission of love, or emotional support, this emotional message which is positive in nature. And then here comes the Page of Wands. And if you put them next to each other, because the Page of Wands clarifies, came out second, the Page of Wands clarifies the Page of Cups. The Page of Wands is, he's fast moving, he's fire, so he's moving very quickly. And, here's this message, this emotional message or message of love coming in, or emotional support. He's standing there making this lovely, new love or new message. It's kind of got this fresh energy to it. And here comes, but you can see he's standing there giving this message, offering this, and maybe tentatively, because he's just a page. And here's this other page. He's got his wand up, and he's in motion. He's taking a step. He's kind of rushing forward or moving forward to meet this offer here. And when I first pulled it, I felt this lovely sense of energy here. I mean, all conflict can feel kind of difficult, and I feel like in this conflict, if it doesn't include like choosing between two people, which can be a horrendously painful situation to be in, for the rest of you, it may be an important issue, but it's not as important as you might think it is. It just needs to be resolved moving forward. And it looks like one of you makes this like just declaration of love or emotional support or an idea, fueled by love, and the other one is just kind of coming in to accept that. And it could be, if this is romantic relationship energy, maybe moving a relationship to the next step, or arguing about how to make this new beginning. Do we start this way, or do we start over this way? If there's been a fight and it's reconciliation, it looks like somebody's offering their hand, and the other person is they're offering this emotion, they're offering their love. He's offering this cup here. He's not like really holding it out because he's still a bit timid, maybe, but it's right there, and the other person is accepting it, and there's this new idea. And I'm not often in the position of saying you should do this or you should do this. I channel what I channel, and I present the opportunities and paths and show you what spirit seems to be supporting and cradling the most based on what I get. But I feel like this situation is resolvable, and for most of you it will be resolved at or towards the end of the month. I mean, I want to have a lot of conflict during Christmas and New Year's anyway. And it's by somebody, just making a simple, pure declaration or offer, and the other person kind of accepting it. So it means that working together. It means that, because the Page of Cups is right next to this conflict energy, somebody steps out and says, look, I love you, or I support you, or whatever the nature of the relationship is, and the other person, goes and meets them there and accepts this offer. So it looks, it looks quite beautiful. So it looks like this conflict, while the subject matter might be valid, I think that the fight might be going on, or the conflict longer, and making it bigger than it actually really is. And you just kind of need to come together. This might be like new love energy, or moving to the next level, and it's like two kids in love almost, regardless of the age at the end of the day, which I think is lovely too. So let's just pull a couple more cards just to see how this energy plays out in the next breath here. Or to kind of clarify a bit those two pages, this offer and this acceptance here. What does Spirit want to show us? The Page of Cups transcends to the Knight of Cups, a definite offer of love, of emotional support. Here he comes in, with the promise and everything, overcoming this Three of Swords, this emotional pain and heartbreak, or even a breakup. For some of you, this is definitely going to be reconciliation energy. For others of you, it's just kind of a healing through a conflict, or finding a resolution to a conflict that's founded just on love, on emotional support, on, look, let's remember what's really important, which is you and I here. What's best for you and I in this situation here. So beautiful energy. So Taurus, that pretty much wraps up your December 2018 general reading. I hope you found it helpful. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, please just email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to work with you and set up a reading as quickly as we can. I do love and romance, of course, relationship compatibility charting, reconciliation potential. I do career work and finance readings, as well as investment readings. And I also do 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at, it's a spread that I use, which it's a great spread. It takes a look at what's coming in all the main areas of your life over a 6 or 12-month period of time, depending on how far ahead you want to look. And it's quite popular for people to order that from me this time of year. You can do it any time of the year, but as we end one year and go into another year, a lot of people like to order that in December and January. And gift readings as well. Personal readings make wonderful gifts for friends, family, and loved ones, especially during the holiday season, so something to consider as well. So I will see you all again in a couple of weeks, Taurus, for the mid-month readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.